Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. Here, the topic to be discussed right now on this glorious morning is on create your own atmosphere. That is the topic of your discussion. So, you just see, you have to do the sadhana, you have to go for the um, quest. You have to create your atmosphere. Don't think that it is something that is a grand trunk road. It has been built up, so you can go and you can pick the path and you can drive your vehicle and you can reach as per your choice. Nothing is like this. So these are the things. It is actually superficially, outwardly, it is seen to us. Thing is that you have to create your own atmosphere. Nothing is there. Rome was not built in a day. Whatever you see right now, initially it was not there. Even I can give you one example here. In Bhubaneswar, where the area where really I am staying right now, that is in Chandrasekharpur Niladri Vihar area. Once upon a time, people who are staying in our surrounding, they felt that everything was a thorny, no road. You can see at around in the afternoon we can find some chitta, some wolf will be there. They will be moving. Even some bears, people kept seeing thorny road. There will be water here and there. Everything was actually a misleading scenario. You can see at in the afternoon, not evening. In the afternoon, you will feel terribly fearful, dread. It was there. And physically, superficially, outwardly, this has been created. Now it is almost the capital of Odisha. So this is the heart of the Bhubaneswar. So called once upon a time, the rich area was old town. Then came your medieval period. In between, you felt your something like Acharya Bihar, Joydev Bihar, Sastri Bihar, Nagar, and this master canteen area. It is coming as our center. But now itself, you can see almost everything has been shifted to this area, Chandrasekharpur, Niladri Bihar, like this. This is the so-called capital. So it has been created. So, but thing is that there is a map, there is a plan, it is a capital. So every day people keep rushing. Money is flowing from throughout the maybe throughout the world. So it has been created. It is being created. But thing is that whatever we are talking of, that is a spiritual atmosphere. For that, actually, you have to create your atmosphere of your own. Nothing has been there. You have to create. You have to, because you have to pursue the method of sadhana. You have to go for sadhana. For that, actually, you are responsible in creating the your atmosphere, proper atmosphere. One question was put to the mother. So, one quotation: spiritual atmosphere is more important than outer conditions. Usually speaking, we live in the outer atmosphere. What the people are doing, how they are going, how they are apparel, how they speak up. So these are all outward things. But thing is that spiritual atmosphere is more important. If one can get that and also create one's own atmosphere, spiritual air to breathe in and live in it, breathe in and live in it. That is spiritual atmosphere. That is the true condition of progress. Then we have to do nothing. Suppose the difference between this sansar and this ashram. You see, in Pondicherry, you have gone to the ashram, everything has been ready. So you have to do nothing. Departments are there. They are creating. Even for salon, you don't go have to go out for a hair cutting. It is there. Salon is there. You can find your washing section is there. You can get your dining there. You can get your prosperity. You can get your even your for stitching, tailoring department is also there. Furniture section is also there. Your painting, honesty, your construction department is there. It is there. Don't no, you have to do nothing. But in the while staying in the sansar, you have to create everything of your own. So this creating the atmosphere. For that, you go and do the sadhana. That is what work it is given to you. You go do your work. If you want to read, then that atmosphere is there. People are ready to teach you. Suppose in the next phase you want to go for your food and survival, it is also ready. So nothing you have to do. That atmosphere is created. You have to simply go. But in sansar, Here you are going for to entirely you can go find ups and downs in life. Every time, each moment you can expect something will come that you have to brave, you have to face. So everybody they are not going to settle in the ashram, but here in this worldly atmosphere, in the family arena, you have to create up something of your own. So the question is that how can one get at and also create one's true spiritual atmosphere, not the ordinary atmosphere, but the question is not that spiritual atmosphere, how can we create that one, that is the question. So mother replies, it is by precisely by inner discipline. Mother quotes explains it can be done only through this one. By inner discipline, you can create your atmosphere by controlling your thoughts, turning them exclusively towards the sadhana, controlling your actions, turning them exclusively towards the sadhana, and abolishing all desires and all useless external ordinary activities, living in more intense inner life. These are the conditions, very tough, but badly essential, without which you can't do anything. What you have to do? This is inner discipline. You can create this atmosphere. What are the conditions? Mother quotes, controlling your thoughts, which are most dangerous. Control your thoughts. That is what. So controlling your thoughts, then turning them exclusively. These thoughts towards the sadhana. Whatever your thoughts are coming, simply don't throw it. You just turn it to the sadhana. Controlling your actions. That is what. Controlling your action. Your actions should be divine oriented, not towards the external and outer oriented. So turning them exclusively towards the sadhana, your actions must be turned towards the sadhana. And then desires, you just abolishing your desires, and also useless external extraordinary activities. These are the things to be abolished, and living a more intense inner life, that is what required. More intense inner life, that is the need of the time, all of the time, and separating yourself from the ordinary things. Normally speaking, we are living in the ordinary atmosphere, ordinary consciousness. So ordinary life, that is what we live in. Ordinary thoughts, ordinary reactions, ordinary actions, then you create the kind of atmosphere. Really, these are the requirements. Inner life, spiritual atmosphere, it is almost based on the inner life, nothing external. Control your thoughts, control your action, turn them towards the divine, towards the sadhana, live the inner life. So no, nothing external, nothing ordinary. You have to be extraordinary and internal in your living, in your sadhana. Then all these things like ordinary things, ordinary thoughts, ordinary reactions, ordinary actions, all these must be abolished. Nothing ordinary. You go, you try to move up. That is what the requirement. The example mother gives. What is the example in our life? And all so many things have been told, explained by the divine mother. Now the question is, she is giving one example. Instead of reading any odd things and chatting and doing anything whatsoever, not necessary. You are in the spiritual life. Not only for this, you are not chosen for this 1 year, 2 year, or 5 years, or 50 years like this. It is a continuous process. You have been chosen since lives, since centuries, since time immemorial maybe. So don't waste your time in ordinary reading. And if you read only what helps you to follow the path, then this is the requirement. I have to follow the things which will be helpful in my progress, which will help me to go ahead. If you act only in the conformity with what can lead you to do the divine realization. First one is reading, second one reading, and the second one is your act. Do the act that will carry you towards the divine realization. Roti kapda makan is of course a need. Thing is that in ashram everything has been provided already. I have discussed. So you don't have to struggle for that one. Whatever the work has been given to you, bestowed upon you, it has been, you have to accomplish that. in a true beautiful attitude with the divine attitude. That is what is required. If you abolish your all your desires, then first one is reading, second one is activity, and third one, you have to abolish all your desires and the impulses. So turn towards the external things. If you calm your mental being, appease your vital. If you sort, not only all these things, vital beings, mental beings, calm your mental being, that is what required. And then you do appease your vital being, that is also required. And if you sort yourself against the suggestions coming from outside, so many suggestions will be there, so many guidance will be there. So like this, you are asking, you come and offer pranam to me. So you come and take my blessings. Nobody will come. It is not their requirement. They feel proud. They are so much egoist. They don't want to come to you. So you have to create. You have to concentrate upon. You concentrate upon your inner vision, inner life. Suggestions are coming from outside. Don't pay more attention towards that, and become immune to the action of the people surrounding you. So many people will be there, you will be bothered, you will be confused, and you will be more attracted towards the external people's behavior and style of working. Don't be there. You create such a spiritual atmosphere that is nothing can touch you. So this is the requirement. You create that atmosphere. So to who is nothing can touch. Simply something like your lotus, that leaf is living on the pond inside the water, but remaining untouched. Like this, you have to create your atmosphere. Nothing can touch, and no longer depend upon all the circumstances. Whatever the circumstances are coming, so you should not be depend upon those circumstances, and on whom you live with and on condition you live in. That is what the requirement. So create such atmosphere, nothing will touch you, nobody can disturb you, no thought can cross in, and you should not be enclosed in your, you should be enclosed only in the spiritual atmosphere. For that, actually, you try, you plan, you aspire. That is what the requirement. Whatever the surrounding is doing, they are doing. Whatever they are thought, whatever their mental phenomenon, whatever their vital action, it must not disturb you. That is what the requirement. And that is how one obtain it. And turning one's attention solely to the spiritual life. It is nothing like simply we are speaking, we are spiritual. It does not mean you are spiritual. At least that word you know, others are not interested to know. So that is different. But thing is that you are not spiritual. You have to spiritual life in the sense, in one form or another. Directly speaking, straight away speaking, it is an inner life, nothing else. So by reading only what is helpful to spiritual life, that's what you read. Unnecessarily you are spending your time. One time Sri Aurobindo was deprived of reading the newspapers because it was disturbing. Your mind will be disturbed. That is not spiritual. So he was deprived of this. So read only those things that will help in spiritual life. And the second thing, by doing only which leads you to the spiritual life. For spiritual life, first is your reading, second your actions, doing what is leading you toward the spiritual lives, and so on. These are the things you have to do. Only spiritual life, only divine, nothing else. Only inner life, no nothing related to outer life. Then you create your own atmosphere. But naturally, if you open all the doors, if you open all the doors, listen to what people tell you, follow the advice of this one, and inspiration of that one, and full of desire from outside things, you can create the spiritual atmosphere. So these are the question tag before you. You live inside that outward atmosphere. You pay your attention to that. Whatever people suggest that affects you, whatever the outward touch, it comes and touches you. Naturally, you can create your spiritual atmosphere for yourself. So what you have to do, you will have that this atmosphere, whatever has been told to you, you are listening to what people tell you. You are following the advice of the one or another who are around you in the ordinary atmosphere. And the inspirations are coming, and your desires are coming from outside, and it is hurting you. Suppose it is there. Suppose it is there, then naturally you must be very sure that you are not in the spiritual track, and you are not able to. You have not yet created the spiritual atmosphere. This is what in the ordinary atmosphere you are saying. Ordinarily, normally, even I have seen in the ashram premises. Of course, it must not be focused upon. It must not be said. The people don't know why they are there. But thing is that there is a strong machinery, strong guidance, strong light, strong force. It is around there. 10 nautical miles radius, nobody can breathe over the mother. It is the mother's guidance which really tackle the situation, and they really proceed in their own way without getting disturbed. They are doing their sadhana. It is not they are not. It is not that they are doing, but thing is that is doing, and exclusively they are in the spiritual atmosphere. But the thing is that our situation is there. We are staying in the outward atmosphere, external. We are being touched by people, by the surrounding, by the atmosphere. We are getting disturbed. We have been ill suggested. We have been ill guided. So naturally, things are there. For that, we have to be very much particular. Very much we must aspire for. We must be very much conscious. That is what, and we must try to lead the inner life which will stay independent of the ordinary scenario in ordinary atmosphere. What really people keep staying there. You can go and tell other you just shift my room. Why? Because there is a sawmill. The sound is coming and it is disturbing us. Mother course, no, 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 no. You are not doing. You are not in the proper track. You will be doing sitting for meditation. That time actually the running train will be running. Train will be running beside you. That time, if you are not disturbed and you are concentrating upon me, on your on the divine, then really you are doing the sadhana. For that, actually, you must prepare yourself inwardly, nothing in the outward track, nothing in the outward sovereignty. So you have to create your spiritual inner spiritual atmosphere, that is inner life. Thank you. Vande Mataram.